You already know how fast it is to sketch and draft in 2D in Vectorworks. But what if those same lines and polygons could become a fully documented BIM model in just a few clicks? In this video, I'll show you 3 simple workflows that take you from 2D to BIM without changing how you like to draw. Create objects from shapes, model to floor plan, and adding data to objects like symbols so your model actually knows what everything is. By the end, you'll see that you're probably closer to BIM than you think. Let's start from a familiar place. A hand-drawn plan that's been imported as an image, scaled to correct size, and then we can trace over some lines and polygons. No styles, no data, just simple geometry. I've got where I want the railing to be traced as a polyline, following the curve from the hand sketch. It's easier to trace these kinds of shapes if you temporarily pause the snapping by holding the tilde key. Then we'll turn this basic 2D shape into an intelligent BIM object by using a single command: create objects from shapes. In the dialog, I'll change the object type to railing, and we can choose to keep or delete the source shape. I'll confirm, and instantly that line is replaced with a smart railing object, which from here on I can replace with the one I like better or one more appropriate for my design. Within a few clicks, the traced line work is now an intelligent BIM object that I can move, join, and edit, and it has parametrically definable height, handrail and posts, and will appear correctly in 3D and in plans, sections, and elevations. Next, I'll do the same for the surface. I select the polygon, run create objects from shapes again, and this time I'll choose hardscape. I can pick a hardscape style from the default libraries with the thickness and build-up I want, click OK, and the polygon becomes a full hardscape object. So in less than a minute, I've gone from dumb lines and shapes to smart railings and hardscapes. The plan geometry hasn't changed, but the information behind it has, and that's the core idea of moving from 2D to BIM. Now we'll add a step in between, using 3D massing on the way to BIM. We'll start with imported 2D survey drawings, and we'll pick one of these simple building footprints that came in as a polyline and then extrude it into a block. The kind of fast mass you might use in early design. With the massing selected, I go to the menu and choose Model to Floor Plan. This tool looks at the 3D form and generates a series of connected walls around its footprint across stories. In the dialog, I pick the style I want the generated walls to use. When I click OK, Vectorworks creates a series of connected walls that match the 3D extrude. From there, I can get rid of the extrude since we don't need it anymore. I can start to drop slabs in between the walls. And I can start to insert some windows in the walls we created around that mass we extruded from the 2D building footprint. If I then switch to a top view, we can see this is starting to look like a proper architectural plan already. Let's just go back to 3D again, and we'll change the render mode to hidden line. Instead of the image-based brick texture that looks great on a visualization, this is going to give us nice vector-based technical drawing like elevation or section. Now let's add the last piece of the BIM puzzle, the I in BIM, information. BIM isn't just about 3D, it's about your model knowing what every object represents. That's where record formats come in. They are custom datasets you can create once and reuse them across projects. In the Resource Manager, to the symbol definition, I can attach a record format with fields like product name and ID, material, manufacturer, and cost. I can see that record format is now present in the data pane of the Object Info palette. And if I insert another instance of the symbol, it will have that same record with that same data. I can use this to create furniture and kitchen equipment lists or sanitary ware schedules complete with full product information and costs. Now, if you're working on a BIM project that requires some information standards like ISO 19650, these record formats are called IFC, and Vectorworks assigns them by default to most objects. A door will know it's a door, and a wall will know it's a wall. So to add data about a door's fire rating, you need to enter it in a correct place, and Vectorworks does the rest automatically and maps it out to the standard place your BIM coordinator will be looking for it. So in just a few minutes, we converted 2D lines and polygons into smart walls and slabs using Create Objects from Shapes, generated a clean floor plan from a simple 3D mass with model to floor plan, turned ordinary symbols into data-rich BIM objects by attaching record formats in IFC. If you're already drafting in Vectorworks, you're kind of on the way to BIM. Pick one of these workflows, maybe Create Objects from Shapes on your next 2D survey, and try it on a real project file. You'll see that going from 2D to BIM isn't about changing your entire process overnight. It's about adding a few smart steps to the way you already work.